Welcome back to another Sunday video. In this video, I want to talk about two projects that you really don't want to miss. And as a bonus, I'm going to throw a third one that's very similar. But these two projects are very, very hot and they could be the future of crypto. So I'm going to talk about those two projects. Also talk about what to expect this week. There are major things happening this week. And I have a major announcement as well. All right. So first things first, let's talk about, this week. This week we have a ton of Fed speakers, okay? Governors, presidents, vice presidents, you name it, board members. This is the week to reflect upon what happened at the FOMC meeting, okay? But really, people want to hear what they have to say about the next few rate cuts. Obviously, we just got one, but there's one in October and there's one in December. And people are hoping that these Fed guys will change their mind. We only had one that voted for a 50 basis point, right? Stephen Moran, and he's going to be talking on Monday. But on Monday, we have 5 Fed speakers. And then on Tuesday, we have another 3. And then on Wednesday, we have another 3. This is going to be a jam-packed week. So we'll see. Because the vote was 11-1, 11 25 basis point, 1 50 basis point. But maybe some of them will come out and say, well, I kind of thought about it, but I didn't vote that way. But maybe. Or some of them may be more dovish and say, well, maybe I would consider a 50 basis point or recommend that if we got some more data that supports it, okay? So I think Wall Street is going to be iffy this week, unless these guys all say good things. We may see a volatile week. Last week, it was expected it was going to be volatile. We had very little. Almost every day was green, right? Markets soared. Crypto soared. This weekend we pulled back a little bit. So this week could be a profit-taking week, because everyone wants to wait to hear what these guys have to say. Besides that, though, we do have a giant GDP report and jobless claims coming out on Thursday. So if GDP starts going down and jobless claims goes up, that's going to help the case for further rate cuts or accelerated rate cuts. And on Friday, we will get a PCE inflation reading. Now, hopefully that one does not go up too much. But right now, the Fed already says they're favoring jobs over inflation. So even if PCE does go up, it's really not going to affect much. But if PCE somehow shows inflation going down, that would help our case for accelerated rate cuts. So this week, absolutely huge, all macro stuff. Okay, definitely something that you want to pay attention to, and I'll definitely be covering, obviously, during my live streams. As for Bitcoin and crypto, for most part, most held well. Okay, a lot of the alts kind of stayed just slightly down. For example, Solana's at 237, down from 240, so hardly moved. Some of the others are staying just as well. Bitcoin fell down a little bit. It's 115-ish. Obviously, we would prefer to see it at 117 where it was, or 118, but it came down a little bit. Nothing to be worried about. But there are two standouts right now. One of them I already covered during my live streams. And I'll say it again, a lot of you guys know this. It's Aster, okay? What is Aster? Aster is a decentralized derivatives platform, basically a competitor to Binance. The irony is, the reason why it's so hot is because when it debuted, CZ tweeted about it. And that made it go up 500% the first day. And then the second day it went up 30%. The fourth day went up 100%. Today I think it's actually down finally. But it went up 1,000,000%, 1,000% within the first week. And that's because CZ is backing it. And more importantly, Binance is backing it. Again, the irony is this is a Binance replacement. Yet people are hopping on it, FOMOing on it because of Binance's involvement. It has not been listed on Binance yet. At first, Aster, A-S-T-E-R, you can only buy it on their own dexs, which makes sense. But it was buggy and stuff, too much volume. It's built on BNB chain. But now And they support other chains too, like Arbitrum, Solana, and so forth. But most of the volume's on BNB. So some of you guys may be wondering why BNB has skyrocketed. It's because of this. Yeah, because BNB is up like 12, 13% over the last day, all because of volume on Aster. But now Aster has gotten listed on some of the other exchanges I saw, but I think the big one that everyone's waiting for is the Binance listing, which I think it's probably going to be around the corner. Now, if you compare this, because this is a hyper liquid competitor. So if you compare this to hyper liquid, right now, I think Aster is around 3 billion market cap, somewhere around there. And if you look at Hyperliquid, last time I checked was like 19 billion. So you got like a 6x to go, right? When I first heard about it, it was below $1 billion. And, I didn't know what to think of it. I thought the FOMO would die, but it really didn't. Today is the very first day where I saw it actually drop down. Last night it hit $2 and now it's like $1.50, right? I did jump in yesterday or the day before yesterday. So I'm still up, but I could have gotten it a lot earlier. But I do think that this field, the derivatives, the decentralized derivatives, basically part of DeFi, could be revived once again because of it. Okay, we always had dexs. Obviously, a lot of you guys do buy on dexs, especially like meme coins are dexs. And for staking rewards, a lot of people do deposit into LPs and stuff like that. So dexs have always been around. But derivatives trading and volume has been steadily going up since the last cycle. From 2021 to now, you can see it goes up. A lot of times I look at these liquidation levels, right? And market makers love to drive things up and down. One of the cases for a derivatives decentralized DEX is because you take the power away from the sexes, because there's a lot of rumors that the sexes do the market making and do the manipulation because they could see everything. So that's actually one of the reasons why a lot of people do like it, have moved to like a product like Hyperliquid, and now you have Aster, right? That's really popular. So that's number one. Will it go higher? Probably. Can it equal Hyperliquid's levels? Probably, especially if Binance is backing it and they get a listing, and then afterwards maybe a Coinbase listing. They will definitely have a real shot to get up there. And can they surpass them? Maybe. I don't know. I always question Hyperliquid, but it just kept going and going and going. So sometimes the market's just irrational, right? Now, the second project that kind of relates to this that was brought to my attention is one called Aventus. Aventus is basically the same thing. It's a decentralized derivatives platform, but it's supported and backed by Base, aka Coinbase, right? Now, that one has been listed on Coinbase and Binance already, but it's still going. It's on fire. It's up like 50-something% today. Overall market cap is still quite low. I think it's at like 400 million, something like that. So it's quite below Aster, quite below Hyperliquid, but it is definitely gaining. And recently, Coinbase and Base, they're trying to make a push, right? There's talks about coming out the Base token now. So they're definitely making a push. And this could be a way to drive a lot more volume to the Base ecosystem. So yeah, so that's the second one you need to pay attention to, because if DeFi gets hot again, these decentralized derivative exchanges will definitely continue to grow. And a lot of traders may be moving off the sexes into these, and will drive a ton of volume, a ton of fees for them. And who knows, some of these projects will use their fees for buybacks or burns and stuff like that, So yeah, so these two you definitely have to keep your eyes on. And a third one, now this is an outlier. I'm just throwing this out there. It was brought to my attention. There is a project that's similar in Sui's ecosystem called Bluefin. Now they've been around for a little bit, and they were a much higher market cap, but they're like ultra low right now. They're like around 25 million market cap. They were at peak at 100 million, but they're kind of the same thing in Sui's ecosystem. Now they haven't really caught any attention. Recently I did notice that they started moving up. Someone brought it to my attention. So just an outlier to pay attention to. I don't know if they're going to have the same hype as Aster or Aventis because they're within SUI. But you know, if SUI gets hot and there's more TVL coming in, more users, they could definitely be a target, right? So just go throw that out there. But those two are the main ones that I think are leading away right now, and who knows if this gets DeFi overall to be hot again, then a lot of the other just normal dexes can start going up. I saw like PancakeSwap, the biggest dex for BNB, did have a good week, and many others could pick up again. You know, it's like we go through these phases with trends, right? And when one trend gets hot, it kind of carries the whole sector. Could be like that. Could be like that. But as always, be careful, because these two that I named has gone up quite a lot within a very short amount of time. Can they correct? Yes. Right? So just be careful, but pay attention to them. All right. That's pretty much it. The only last announcement I want to share with you guys is this. I was planning on sharing tomorrow, but you know what? A lot of you guys know that I've been doing game streaming with Clash Royale, playing on Pump.Fun. I'm going to do multi-stream again with Pump.Fun and my other channel, I Am George, which a lot of you guys were watching. So I'll do multi-stream on Twitch and stuff like that. Trying to build up the ecosystem, get more awareness. A lot of you guys I know just don't care for the game, don't care for the gameplay, so I get it. So you don't really care. But I do want to bring more attention to it and try to grow the ecosystem and stabilize the token. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to have a list that's pinned to this video, or not pinned, it's in the description of this video, of raffle giveaways of Sol for Clash holders, right? Something that I think a lot of you guys like. Everyone likes free stuff. Why not, right? So I started that last week with my gaming stream. I did a tournament, a prize tournament, and I did a couple of raffles. A lot of people seem to enjoy it, so I'm going to do that from now on. So if you're interested, then obviously fill out the form. There's more information about it. So hopefully it brings more eyes and attention to the project and to the streams overall. Again, it's not for everyone, but hopefully this will bring some of you guys, or make some of you guys pay more attention to it. All right, that is it. I think next week will be a big week. So stay strong, my friends. I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll see how things go. All right, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.